All right there. Apologies, that's a bit late, isn't it? What's that? 7 minutes. Sorry about that. It's been a very good day at work. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes you get loads of things done. And sometimes you're just like, I am flying. And I had a chat with a scrub. I had a Skype with a scrub. It's not the first time I've done it, but it's not something I do too often because it's a lot of time and emotional effort. But I did it because I wanted to, and I thought I might be able to help. And he seemed quite chuffed. Sorry, Rusky. Rusky sent me some classics. Let me just rack them up, actually. Thanks to everyone who sent me conference clips from the Labour Party. I got about 10 people went, yeah, here they are. Incredible viewing. We'll definitely be watching some of that. I'll just dig them out here now. If I hadn't deleted them. Not really, but really. How am I going to find that? Oh, balls. No, I can find it. But the internet has been terrible in old Cambodia here today. So I just need to let you know that there might be a few issues. Right, hang on. How do I find that? We've got SUBSTACK tomorrow. Don't forget that. Yeah, here we go. Right. It's just a question of which one to watch. I'll rack it up for a bit later, though. I think the best one is that one. Hang on, let me just check. Sorry about this, people, but I have been grafting all day. Yeah, I found the one we're going to watch. There you go. Get it up on YouTube. Close that. It's interesting because if I tell you what I'm doing, it feels like content. Shut up, will you? I'm trying to rack it up. Right. Hi. I might have to watch Paint Your Wagon, you know. Maybe I'll do a film review on Paint Your Wagon. Oh, it's going to be my Gonzo reviews, though. So excited about that. If you weren't here this morning, I'm going to be doing more movie and literature and art reviews, but it's going to be a bit. I'll tell you what I've just had. Check it out. I got some nice multigrain bread, toasted one side, toasted the other side a little bit, sliced some mozzarella on it, sliced some tomato very finely, some fresh basil, cut that up. Yeah, then I put some Italian cold cut, dry cut, cold meat, dry meat, cold meat cut, a nice bit of meat on the middle of them, back under the grill. Oh man, so good. And ruined it with about half a litre of tomato ketchup. And when I say ruined, I mean made it c'est fantastic. Nice one, Anglo-Saxiano. Man in the cam. Right, here he is. Base. It is my base. It's my master control central from where I will control the earth. I will groom those Nazi teenagers. I reckon that's how you get around the AI by saying Nazi teenagers. Nice one, Anglo. Very kind, very generous. Always support the channel financially, which it does require. So thank you very, very much. We've got some absolutely, the old Cambanini. I'll take it. I'm all right for anything. But what a day. What a day. Did you see the Facebook stuff? Oh, my shatting Lord. That tooth is really changing colour. Maybe if I clean my teeth today, I'm sure I'll clean them. I don't like it. Don't worry, I'm not going to go and clean my teeth now. Cheryl Peters, wag your chin with some gin on Tuesday. I won't be, but Cheryl Peters, if you want to wag your chin with some gin on a Tuesday, you crack on. I am a gin man. I'm a gin man. I'm a gin man. I'm a gin man. I do love it. Cheryl Peters, if ever you get to Cambodia, we've got a Raffles hotel here. I think I've shown the photos before, but there's a Raffles. The original Raffles is in Singapore, obviously. But you've got a Raffles in Phnom Penh, and the Elephant Bar. It's a trip back to the great British colonial empire. I'm going to show you. Say and search. You know how it works. I have got some vids and clips lined up though, but a little bit of say and search. Let me get a few pictures. When you go there, all the staff are dressed in white linen suits, and they speak like English, but like the Queen with a better accent than mine. And it really is like going back in time. Anyway, the bit you want to know is I think it's about 70 different gins. They've got so many gins there. Like it is. Look, I'm gonna get stuck on that, but it's definitely between 50 and 70. It's not like 5. I remember going there and saying, right, I'm gonna have a shot of every gin. And I got to about 7 and was like, I don't think I'll be having any more though. But when you go in there, it's like the good old days of the British Empire. It's just the colonial period, and they've you know, the Raffles Hotel was always of that aesthetic. But I'm just grabbing you a few photos so you can see what an absolute blast it is. And it was in this restaurant when I first met my missus. I didn't meet her here. When I met her, she was spinning around a pole. Nice one, Cheryl Peters. But when I've told the story to a few of you will know it. It's only a quickie. But I took her to the Raffles, right? And I didn't tell her where we were going. So I've put on like a 3-piece suit and tie. And she went for the Perspex platform 8-inch stripper heels, mini skirt and boob tube. False eyelashes that were like hands coming out of her eyes. And when we pulled up at the Raffles, she was just like, she went, oh, you fucking bastard. Words that she's got off me, but she got it. She was right, because she knew that it was going to be bizarre. And I said to her, listen to me, honey pie. Listen to me. Our money's as good as anyone's. We're going to be fine. If it wasn't for the couple of cocktails we had just at the bar over there where they make it with gin, yeah, listen to this. Gin, freshly squeezed sugarcane, ice, and then they put the top of the glass has got Demerara sugar around it. So we had a couple of them, you know, for the road, because it's a 5 minutes in a tuk-tuk, so you need to, you know, have something to get you there. But this is worth it. So she'd never been anywhere like that. She'd never been to a proper restaurant. She's a peasant girl. She come from the provinces to work as a lady of the night, and that was all she knew. So anyway, we've gone in there, and I said, I'm going to have a gin. She said, oh, I don't want any gin. I said, listen, have you ever had red wine? And she was like, no. I said, I think you might like it. And so I've called him over. Garçon. And he's come over and he's gone, hello, sir. Cambodian bloke in a white linen suit, shirt, bow tie. Hello, sir. How can I help you this evening? I was like, fucking brilliant. I'll show you the photos in a minute. And I said, I'll tell you what. I said, if you got like a nice New World red, I said, nothing too sort of spicy, just something mild, but a nice one. And he said, yeah. So he's gone off and he's come back and he's got the old tea towel in his hand, the old white towel, with the bottle with the cork out to present it to my lady. And she doesn't know how it works. So when he's presented it to her, she just took it out of his hand and went for it. And in that moment, I wanted to fuck her more than I ever had. And believe me, I always want to. It was so hot. It was like a Pygmalion moment. She just took it off him and went, ooh. And in fairness, even he laughed. And I was like, oh, yeah. But by that time, I said, I think we'll be taking that bottle then. $80, thanks. But, you know, Very funny stuff, without a doubt. Very funny stuff when she done that. Oi, you Anglo-Saxon. That's very kind of. Have you? Yeah. This is what I done. I don't know whether. Oh no, you're talking about the frozen one. No, last night I had. It was another topside, but not that one. No, that one will be eaten tomorrow. So before I go to bed, because it's frozen, before I go to bed, that will go in the freezer. In the fridge, the top bit of the fridge, so it's ready for tomorrow. But no, I had another steak, and what I did, it was another topside. I had it on a really low heat, put loads of garlic, loads of butter, some fresh rosemary, put the lid on the pan, very low heat, and a lot of butter, right? Not just enough to fry it, but almost enough to sort of braise, stroke steam, stroke fry. It's something I've done before. Then every 5 minutes, I just turn it over, such a low heat. And then after about 20 minutes, it's still medium rare. And then I let it rest, and then I sliced it like that, and I put it in sandwiches. It was fucking delicious. It was delicious. I put some lettuce in as well, and a little bit of other salad bits and bobs I had. It was fantastic, man. It was absolutely fantastic. But there you go. You know it. Beautiful. It was really, really good. Nice one, Anglo. Appreciated. Moslab's on the firm. Porterhouse is the king of steaks. T-bone and a fillet is unbeatable. Well, Anglo-Saxon's a butcher, Moslab. We were having this chat yesterday, and I think it comes down to personal preference. Like, I like that top blade, but Anglo-Saxon, the butcher, he says your ribeye is your best cut. But I did used to have those porterhouse steaks at a restaurant in Soho. They came in at a bullseye, so it was quite a rare one. But a braised porterhouse, it was ridiculous. It was like flakes. It just flaked off it. And I've only discovered steak this year because the steak my mother used to make was like about 1 centimetre. She'd smash the fuck out of it, fry it in lard, and then just fry it on the plate and go, yeah. And you'll be like, it stinks, mum. It stinks of death. It was butter boiled. Is that actually a thing, Bradley? Rags is on the firm. Nice to see you all. Yeah, it was really good stuff. Absolutely sorted, it was. Oh, no, without a doubt. No. Well, maybe, Carl. But what I went for was thinly sliced, but not fried, shallots. Thinly sliced shallots, lettuce, very little bit of tomato. I don't go too much on tomato in sandwiches with steak. There was thinly sliced shallots, lettuce. I drizzled a little bit of olive oil on it as well. There was a bit of red pepper in there as well. Yeah, it was good stuff. Anglo likes a T-bone as well. What actually is a porterhouse? Is it a way of cooking or is it a cut? Because I've had it, but I've never actually understood what it is. Hello, Ted. You're here. Hoyt, good to see you. Been a while. Hope you're doing all right. Bad says Cote de Boeuf is one of my favourite cuts. Is that a cut, Cote de Boeuf? I thought that was a dish, but here we go. We'll find out. The pressure's on, Anglo. People are asking. Well, we done an hour talking about meat yesterday, so we ain't going here again. We needed you here yesterday, actually, Lumi, on this. We were talking about foie gras, saucisson brioche, and rat pomme de terre from the uncle's garden tonight. It was all going so Parisian and cool until you got from the uncle's garden. From the old man's yard. All of this talk of steak, and I'm eating right now. No, we're off food. I'm gonna just let Moslab have this. Is porterhouse is a strip steak and a fillet with a that's right. Because when you finish, you've still got that T-bone on the. I didn't place the order last week. I tried to order some vitamins like a month ago and they haven't arrived. Oh, this is what you come for, isn't it? The non-vitamin arrival story. Anyway, let's have a look at the Raffles bar. This isn't the Raffles Hotel. The bar's in it. It's called the Elephant Bar. And just check the out of this colonial. Imagine being in there. I'm dressed to the nines. I've got my gin. And after 2 gins, I was just taken back. I was just taken back to another better place. Let's have a look at some of these pictures of the Elephant Bar. But I want you to picture yourself there on a hot Cambodian night, right? I just want you to understand. So if you ever come out here, you've got to go there. And it's reasonably cheap as well. It's not what, look at that. Look at the Elephant Bar. Look at the old wicker chairs there. The old palm leaves. Can you see the old palms here? So there you go. There's a bit of it. I'll show you another one. Nice. So me and the missus had like one of these little, we were both on the sofa together. Yeah, there's a bit of that. I'll show you another one. I think we just looked at that one. Yep. Here's a picture of the actual bar, which is obviously where we ended up sitting when I was trying to make my way through the gins. Nice, huh? Lovely. That's a bar, isn't it? I mean, they've got whatever you want there. If you need it, if you say, stick. Jeff says it looks a bit like his gaff. But if you want, excuse me, chuck a bit of Angostura in that, will you, mate? Oh yeah, we've got a bit of that. They've got the lot. It's really, really nice. Nice one, little bullet. Yes, it really is. That's the kind of that's how I kind of styled it. Nice one on the donation, bullet, and that is exactly how I styled it. It is much like that, isn't it? It's a bit Harry's bar. And here, one more, last one for you. I mean, come on. Look at it. It's a lovely place to go to, and you would not expect that. You would not expect that in the heart of Phnom Penh. Grego says Hemingway used to drink there, and Brand, and Dangerfield. Well, it became my local for a while because the amount of gins they've got there, and when you're a ginner, well, this is going to blow your mind, Ted. They've got these sticks that have got a special attachment on them that they go up and then they pull a little clip and it grabs the bottle and they pull it down. There you go. Are you Lomax, or are you Lomax who's changed your name, or are you a different person? I don't know what the hell's going on. Hello there, Vlad Loto. And are you new on the firm? Nice to see you, Wolfie. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you get to Phnom Penh, yeah, I'll tell you what, it does make a difference, Fionn. If you're somewhere that is, if the atmosphere, if the place is lovely, then it's an absolute lovely. Mosley's Tash. Hello, mate. New on the firm. Lovely to see you. But it's really nice. And, after my missus got over the fact that she was totally inappropriately dressed, but she kind of wasn't, because, back in the day, yeah. I mean, we went to, what's the other one? There's another one. Someone must know who's been out here. I used to go there as well. The old journalist bar on the waterfront, and that's all kind of decked out like that. And back in the day, the journalists would have taken brass there. So that's how it turned out. I'm trying to. Grego reckons those sticks are called Shorty Boy Gin Grabbers, but Brabber. Yeah, you ruined it. Yeah, it was almost there. Oh, so you're someone else. All right, no worries. I don't know who though. Moslab's out in the woods putting up some tree stands for deer season. And my reception is so shit, I'm off. Oh, that's a shame. Well, get on with that then. I don't know what a tree stand is. Is it something to protect the tree from the deer? Look after yourself, mate. Have a good day. No, exactly that. Exactly that. That's the kind of thing that happens. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And why not? Absolutely lovely. Oh, I don't know what's going on now. I don't know who's Lomax and who's Tom Lomax. Cool. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine one of us won the lottery or something and organised the Scrubs IRL in the Phnom Penh Raffles bar? It'd be amazing. Why does my phone keep making silly noises? Cease, machine. Hello, RMF. Hello, John. Oh, people are telling me what it is. It's a sniper. Oh, for hunting season. A deer stand. Of course, he said hunting season's coming about or something. Brad Young is a hillbilly from Ohio. Everything in that bar looks odd to me. You see, when I walked in there, I could feel my Englishness coursing through my veins, and it felt like it was coming home. Well, they did have to ask us several times, but as per usual, most bar managers are alcoholics. So, you just say, come on, mate, just one more. Go on, get yourself and the staff a quick one in. And when you do that out here, they're like, yeah, well, okay then. And then you get them another one. And, and then my bill was quite pricey. He halved it. He halved my bill because I've been buying them drinks to keep the place open. It was only me and my missus in there by the end of the night. And by the end of the night, I mean the beginning of the morning. But yeah, it was, yes, Grego, smells like victory. Right. Let's get this grift out of the way. The grift, the doors of griftation, and make sure. What else have I got to do? Oh, hang on, just this. But I have got some clips. I have got some stuff to tell you. Because what a day! One in the chat. Hello, 42. Hello, Tech Roach. One in the chat. If you saw the Facebook stuff happening live in the Senate. One in the chat if you saw it. Come on, someone must have watched some of that. It was absolutely awesome. They're totally going for them. Allegedly, Facebook knew that their software damages kids. Facebook's own research knew that their software, their social media causes kids to cut themselves, especially damages young girls, causes them self-harm, all this stuff. And a woman who worked at Facebook as a whistleblower went to the Senate and was going, this is this, blah, 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 blah. And they were absolutely ringing her for every ounce of information. And one of them even went, Mr. Zuckerberg chose not to turn up today. He considered it not that important and went sailing instead. No, they're absolutely, and it's bipartisan, which not that interesting, but at least it shows that this is actually government going for Facebook. It was really interesting. Well, this is the next point. On top of Facebook getting it absolutely in the ear, I was loving it. Well, the thing about him is everyone also knows that platform wasn't his. I mean, everyone knows the story here, right? There was a couple of twins at his university who invented that, and he stitched it off of them. He's a snide little cunt. There you go. That's why I don't swear, because when I do bother swearing, it absolutely has some gravitas. But yeah, he stitched them out of their own work. They come up with the idea. He went, oh, I'll help you, and stole it off them. He had to pay him off in the end. Yeah, there was a couple of twins at his uni. Yeah, he done them right up. Exactly, Gwilym. Dropped it like a bomb there, didn't I? An absolute C-bomb. Right, let me sign into Entropy, and we'll be off. But so that's the internet's bad here today. Apologies, people, if we have problems. But even work today took. But I accepted it. It was weird. I just thought, all right, I'm not going to get ratty. I've done loads of work today, and I was very happy about it. It's good when you get it done. You know, there's loads of, you know, the psychology is in on this. If there's something you don't want to do, don't just keep not doing it, because that is a weight on you, because it's always there. There's a niggling discrepancy in the back of your life. Oh, I've got to do that. I've got to do that. The psychology is in. If you start it, you finish it. If you start it, you usually get it done. So all you've got to do is get on it. And someone sent me this sort of motivational coach, this woman, and I've been watching quite a lot of them. She's the one who said confidence is the willingness to try, which that's gold dust. That's absolute gold. Because when I was talking about trying to attract hot birds, or if you're a hot bird to attract blokes, and I was going, you know, just be honest, be confident. And a lot of people said to me, yeah, but it's that lack of confidence. But all confidence is the willingness to try. And just think of it like that. So lovely. But why did I go down that road? I need to come back from that. Science is in on it. Yeah. The same woman said this. All those things you want to do, right? All those plans you've got, all those dreams you've got of getting this done, getting that done, getting this done, doing that, getting that. Not even massive like life ambitions, even simple things like tiling the bathroom. Anything that you've got to do or want to do. She says there's one thing that causes problems, and it's your brain, right? And it's because your brain doesn't want to do it. And I listened to that, and I was like, I don't know about that. So I listened to the rest of her presentation, and she's absolutely right. Like, we've all got things on the go. We've all got things we want to get on with, but your brain just wants you to sit on your ass. Your brain doesn't your brain doesn't say, yeah, go on, go and crank up the computer, do that research, get that bit of writing done. Like, no dramas. Your brain tells you not to. It says, I don't want to. It says, I want to just sit down and do nothing, or have a cup of tea, watch a bit of telly, watch YouTube. And it's true, because I've been thinking about it ever since then. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make that video. And it's always working against you in that situations when you've got things to do. So Willow says the Winklevoss twins, they're the lads who came up with Facebook, invested the money because Zuckerberg had an out-of-court settlement, I think. It was a few mil, wasn't it? And they invested it into Bitcoin, and now billionaires and have their own crypto. Well, I wasn't saying they didn't do well. And I know you're not saying I did, but the point I was making was that little shit. I mean, from the outset, he was a snide. So who's really surprised that he was holding back information that he already knew? There was money to be made there. No, there you go, Tim. That's it. You have to fight that. And again, how do you fight it? By starting. Don't say, right. I want to write a short story tonight. But your brain will say, you don't want to do that. Why do you want to do that? Just relax. You've been working all day. And that it will do that every time. But the way you trick your brain, and this is what she says, and it's perfect. 5-second rule. Right? 5-second rule. Nice one, Andrew. Shy boys don't get sweeties. Well, they do, but they get the weird ones. They get the slightly malformed ones in the bottom of the packet that no one wants. Good call, Andrew. Much appreciated. But here's the thing. It's the 5-second rule. This is how you get over your brain's natural... your brain's natural desire, you're like an unconscious desire, I suppose, to do nothing. If you don't get it done in 5 seconds of having that thought, forget about it, because you won't, Because if you can't get it done in that first 5 seconds, you're not going to do it. So if you say to yourself, right, I'm going to get that bit of marketing done, or I'm going to get that bit of work done, whatever, then you say to yourself, right, 5, 4. By that time, you should be sitting at your computer or whatever it is. And if you get to 5 and you haven't moved, don't punish yourself by just sitting there for another 2 hours going, I'll do it a bit later. Nah, fuck it off, because you're not going to do it. You've already proven that to yourself. Why are you going to do it at a different time? I mean, you might, but you're still going to have the same battle. But the more you put something off, the more you procrastinate. You know, it's progressive. The more you put something off, the harder it is to start it. So if you don't get it done in that first 5 seconds, the next time it's going to be harder to start. And then it starts becoming heavy. And then you know, your mind starts associating it with failure. And it starts associating it with memories of not getting it done. The first memory when you didn't start. Then the second time when you didn't get it done. Then the third time when you made excuses. So it starts getting really heavy and labored. And eventually that'll become so heavy, you'll just think, nah, I'm not into it. I don't want to do it. It's just something I don't want to do. And you've tricked yourself out of something. So that makes a lot of sense to me. I listened to her words and I've been putting them through the sort of washing machine of my life over the last couple of weeks. And it's right. It makes sense. Thank you, Andrew French, again. That's very kind. Brad Young says, no doubt, man. I've been wanting to do a project on the lathe, but I just can't think of something to make. Right, after this stream, Brad, go to YouTube, type in lathe working, and then watch 2 or 3 videos. Make one of the things they make. Because making something is better than nothing. Because otherwise you're going to be here in 3 months going, still haven't got anything done on the lathe. Why don't you look at those people who have been using epoxy resins in with wood? Have you seen them? They get a bit of old wood, they put it in a bucket and they mix it with epoxy resins, clear sort of translucent ones. And so they've got something to put on the lathe. They cut bowls and things. I mean, bowls on lathes is kind of standard. But then you can hold them up to the light and you can see through the resins and you've got these lovely bowls. But just do it. Make something. Because what your brain is doing to you is saying, yeah, I don't want to make that. I've made one of them. I don't want to make that. So you're not making anything. And making something is better than making nothing. Just because you're doing it and you'll learn something. And halfway through, you might think, yeah, actually, I'd rather make a so-and-so. I don't really want to finish this, whatever it is. I'd rather make, because you'll be inspired, because you'll be doing it. And you might dump the first project and end up making something else that's absolutely delightful. But you've got to get on it, because the more and more you think, I don't know what to make, you won't. The memory of not starting gets heavier and heavier. That's the issue. These things start acquiring a history. You know, we all know that. The more you put something off, the harder it is to start it. That's the bottom line. The more you put it off, the harder it is to start it. I just got the idea. I need a tool rest. There you go. Bingo. Get on it after the stream. Right, Grift, let's go. Bosh. I'll pop that in there. I'll stop that from talking at me. I'll do that. That's racing. Come back here, you. You go up there. All right, don't worry. I have got some clips. Right, 1 in the chat if you did check out the Facebook stuff. 2 in the chat if you checked out the Project Veritas stuff. 3 in the chat if you checked them both out. Because what a day it has been. What a day it has been. 1 Facebook, 2 Veritas, 3 the pair of them. Right, we've got that. I've got 5 clips here sorted out. Lovely. Right, Le Grift. This is excellent. I knew you. Good work, Rusky. Me too. I've been on the pair of them. If you haven't checked out the Facebook stuff, I tell you, they are gunning for them. This isn't for show. It's bipartisan. They're all they've decided this bloke's got too much power. You know, there was a bloke on. I'm so glad to see so many 3s. John Lomax. Lomax, are you Tom Lomax? Right, where's that Tom Lomax? I don't know what the hell's happening with Lomax today. There's bits where they're just outright saying, we're going to have you. We are coming for you. And I was like, wicked, wicked. Ted. Who is she you are referring to regards that good advice? Right. Who was it sent me it? Willow? Was that you? Who was it sent me that woman? Because I can't remember her freaking name, but she's really good, Ted. Really, really good. Lomax, you're doing me up deliberately. I ain't having it. Ted, thanks for that. You'll get the information very shortly because the person who sent it to me will tell me. Hello, Skin Scar. I ain't seen none of this. Oh, mate, you've missed out. But it's still all on the internet for sure. Who sent me it? Right, I'll find it. Don't worry. Unless it comes up in the chat. Well, yeah, you know, look, if you've been busy, of course you've been busy. No, I'm not saying if you haven't watched it, you lazy bastard. But, you know, I work from home, so I can have this stuff on in the background. But Project Veritas has basically got whistleblowers and hidden mics talking to people from Pfizer. And it is devastating for Pfizer. Absolutely devastating. I can't show it. It was in the terms of service. Lomax, I'm not buying it. We've got someone else in here called Tom Lomax. There you go, Scory. And I said, are you Lomax or are you a different character altogether? Yeah, I can't show it, man. I can't show it. But I need... There you go. That's it. Good call. Hey? Well, it's a stroke of luck, really, because it wouldn't open my email. Mel Robbins. She's the woman who talks about the 5-second rule. She's the woman who said confidence is the willingness to try. And she absolutely smashes it. Really. I don't go a lot on those motivational speakers. A lot of them, it's a load of old crap. But I was put on it by a scrub and he said, give it a try. And I was my usual arrogant, like, I don't know about all this bullshit. But I watched it. And I watched a few more of her videos, and she's absolutely on the money. So there you go. Mel Robbins, that's it. Willow. Bezos is taking William Shatner into space. Is this true? Let's have a look. I never thought I'd be typing Bezos Shatner into Google. Sounds like a weird illness to do with your glands. How are you, mate? I'm all right. I've just got a touch of the Bezos Shatner. He's fucking telling the truth as well. Nice. Good call, Willow. We'll have a look at it. Right. Oh, the internet's playing up. I have had trouble with the internet recently. I missed a super chat from a little bullet, I think. Where is it? Oh, balls. It's gone off the screen. Oh, maybe it hasn't been on the screen yet. Hang on. I've got one from Ted. Thank you, Ted. Got one from Willow. Little bullet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've just ordered a steak. What, to kill a vampire with? Oh, sorry. You mean steak as in a slice of cow? I honestly thought you meant a steak. Like estate. Yeah. Nice one, Bullet. There you go. Yeah, Ted, she's great stuff, really. I don't go for that shit, but there's 135 people here. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, 1700 hours, UK time, Scrubs Music Festival. Over the last few weeks, Scrubs have been sending me music they've made. Some of them are YouTube clips, some of them are just audio. I've heard one of them because he wanted me to mix it a bit, but I couldn't. That's tomorrow. Don't miss that one. It's going to be a right laugh. When we've done things like that before, they've been some of the best streams we've ever had. Nice one, Little Bullet. And I think I saw something else. He was great as TJ Hooker. Never knock the hooker. Well, not where I come from means don't pay. Never knock a hooker. I've never knocked a hooker. That would be a disaster. In fact, like most punters, I'll tell you a little secret that most of you, if you've ever visited a lady of easy leisure, will know. Most punters overpay their brass because they're so happy. Really, this is a thing. I've spent enough time with enough brass in my life to know that if they're like $100, people give them 150 because it was excellent. Prostitution, eh? Keeping marriages together for centuries. Right, where are we? Anglo-Saxon says, you're on fire again tonight, Sunbeam. Hoyt, I can only work with what I'm given, mate. I can only work with what I'm given. You're being very generous again tonight. But the chat's great and the donations are fresh and the chat is funny. So, and also I'm in a damn good mood. You know, this morning's stream was a damn good mood. And I'll tell you why, Anglo. Because, I told you I was talking this morning about taking that personal inventory. And I did it this morning. And I haven't done it for a while. And it just clears you out. Wakes you up, makes you realize how you've been behaving. And, most of my life I've been a selfish bastard. Really. That's what addiction, it's not what addiction does to me. It's what I do to myself via addiction. But, selfish, it's all about me. I'm the center of the world. And when I finally learned that you have a better life when you do things for other people, when you become selfless rather than selfish, and I worked that out for my inventory. I was pissed off at my missus for having food poisoning. And she even said, thank you so much for looking after me. Whereas in truth, I didn't look after as much as I could have done. I'd done quite a bit, but, I just the fact that I resented that she was sick. I was there for her. I cleaned up everything. But that resentment, whereas she's put up with me having migraines and not a peep out of her, just wonderful. And so I just thought, okay, that needs looking at. I need to think about that. So when you do that personal inventory and you clear out some negativity, well, that's obvious, isn't it? When you clear out negativity, your positivity has got more room to shine on. Oh, give me a 1 in the chat if you remember a TV show, English, sorry. It was called Shine on Harvey Moon. And it was strangely watchable, but really depressing. Does anyone remember it? It was called Shine on Harvey Moon. And it had that music at the intro. Shine on Harvey Moon. I think that was the main character's name, Harvey Moon. I can remember the actor's face. He used to wear a little hat. So melancholic. I'm going to see if I can find a little bit. We are still going back to Shatner. Broken Silence is on the firm. He's on the firm. We'll be seeing you Sunday then in one of the 3 strata. Those live streams are going to happen Sunday, okay? Nice to see you, Broken Side. I nearly said nice to see you, BS, but that ain't going to work, is it? Nice to see you, bullshit. Nice to see you, mate. And I hope you have a laugh on the weekend. Because on Sunday, they're different streams. If you become a member, top link in the description, we just try and get Scrubs on the screen. And I take a little bit of a back seat. That's what it's meant to happen. But I just don't stop talking. It's the truth. People do remember it. Yeah. Weirdly watchable. Is that the name of the actor? Ken Branagh. Let me have a look. Ken Branagh. No, I've got Kenneth Branagh come up. It weren't Kenneth Branagh, that's for sure. He was the geezer I'm talking about will be about 110 now. You've done me up like a kipper, ugly truth, you absolute bastard. Lomax knows Button Moon and Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Where's the link? Oh yeah, Shine. Mousecat. Did you hold her hair back as she spoke to Ralph down the porcelain telephone? Yeah, done all of that. She was on the big white phone to Buddha. Oh, you know what? When you said, did you hold her hair back? Nice one on the donation, Mousecat. Listen to this story. It's quite a grotty story. My mate pulled this bird. Right, I pulled this bird at a party, right? Me and a mate and a few other mates. Same house where I had sex with Paul Mumford's girlfriend in the cupboard under the stairs. We won't. You're all right, ugly truth. No worries whatsoever. Remember, Paul Mumford was with this girl and he wanted to split up with her, but he didn't have the balls to tell her. And he said to me, "Can you get off with my girlfriend?" And I was like, "Why?" He said, "Well, because she obviously fancies you, and then I can split up with her." So I was living in a cupboard under the stairs at the time. And so I said to her, "Come back to my house. All that lot will be back later." She went, "All right then." And I got her in the cupboard under the stairs. And strangely, she wanted me to go in the outdoor, so to speak, which really isn't my thing. But, 9 pints of Guinness and a half a blotter, I sort of obliged. And I was living in a cupboard under the stairs. And while we were at it, I heard everyone come back, all the other lads that lived in the house, including Paul Mumford, his girlfriend. So anyway, I sort of cleaned up a little bit, as much as you can in a cupboard under the stairs, and she was still in the bed. It was just the bed. And I walked out, and the cupboard door pretty much opened up into the kitchen, which was the common room of the house. And all my mates were there, about 8 of them. And he said, "Well, assume her name was Claire." He went to me, he went, "Where's Claire?" I went, "She's in the cupboard under the stairs. I just fucked her up the ass." He did ask me to get off of her, though. I mean, it's not the arse bit that counts. It's she's in the cupboard under the stairs, because she was. But in the same house, right? In the same house, I pulled this bird at Rumours, which was a bar in town. This bird called Lucy, right? An absolute salt she was as well, this Lucy, right? Really, really 10 out of 10 looks, right? 2 out of 10 personality, grating personality. And after I was, all right, Rags, all in a bit. After I was sort of all a little bit like, when I was in the bar and I was all sort of, I thought, oh, she's an absolute salt from across the bar. So I've just want to come back to mine, maybe smoke a bifter, listen to a bit of music. Who knows what might happen, know what I mean? And she was like, all right then. I was like, ooh. Anyway, I take her back to my house, which is the same house as the bird in the cupboard under the stairs, but like months later, not the same night. And we're in the kitchen, and I got quite bored with her. And she was fucking beautiful, though, and hot. Not just beautiful, sexy as hell. But there was just something that was putting me off her. And my mate Matt come back early from the bar, from his night out, and he was sitting in the kitchen with us, and he was looking at me going, "You lucky bastard." Like when she went for a piss, he went, "You lucky bastard. I can't believe you're going to be tapping that." I said, "I don't want to. I said, I can't, there's something about her. He went, I will. I went, all right then. I said, well, sort it out. I said, I'll just go to my room and sort of flake out and not come back and just chat her up. I said, I think she's game. Anyway, so that happened, right? All that happened. So I've gone to my room and just sort of stayed there. I can hear them two talking. And then I've heard them walk into his room, which was kind of next to mine. And then I'm hearing all this sort of kerfuffle and things. And then I get a knock on the door and it's him. And he said something to me. He said, listen, here's what I want you to do. And I was like, are you off your head? And he went, yeah. I went, all right, I'll do it. Right. So I've obviously not told you what he told me. So I'm now standing outside his room and I'm waiting and I can hear him fucking her. Right. And she's going, and the old bed's rocking, goosh, 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 goosh. And then it stops. And then he comes out. Then he opens the door. She's tied up to the bedboard. She's got like a gag in her mouth and this sort of bar thing. So her face is pressed up against the window. And he just went, go on. So I've gone in and sort of started having sex with her. He's gone outside, and while I'm having sex with her, he's come up to the window and he's going, hello. She's going, oh. And I said, it's me. And then she was like, oh, all right. And then she was quite happy to carry on. I mean, I didn't get to see her face, but he said it was quite the picture. See, these were in the days before iPhones, you know, when you used to get up to things to have a laugh. Nice one, Jens, an absolute pleasure. And, you know where I am. Thank you, Jens, that's appreciated. Yeah, it's rotten, isn't it? What a rotten story. He was just round the front. He just went, hello. And I heard her go, what? Who's fucking me? I just went, it's me. And she was like, oh, all right then. But strangely, she was more attractive for that reason. Well, no, because this was clear. I'd already checked with her. I said, can I fuck you later? And she said, yeah. Nah, you can't pull that one on me. I wouldn't have told you that story if I hadn't have already got that in the bag. No. I said to her, can I fuck you later? And she said, yeah. There you go, Gwillem. A simpler time. I'll tell you what, though. Those art college birds, they were up for... They give as good as they got. Believe me. I had some absolute shocking. I had some women do me right up. I really did. I spoke to her the other day, actually, the same bird. We kept in touch for all this time. She's all right. She's a solicitor. She's a solicitor now. Nah, she's good stuff, man. Come on, we were kids. We were all young. It was a good laugh. She was loving it. It was fun. Good to see my subs did not go down at all. No, I do not mean she solicits. She's done well. She's got 3 kids. She's got an husband. They go yachting. No, she's actually all right. We had a good chat. She told me. She reminded me of that story. But those art college girls, you know. Wolfie, that's a very, very interesting point. Very interesting point. I mean, I have had the few times like that where I've outright said, "Can I fuck you now?" But that's kind of, they're anomalies, they're anomalies, aren't they? Because you don't. What actually happens, and every man and woman in the chat who isn't a virgin, or at least has had a few fucks, knows that that's what the excitement is, when you just start kissing, and then it's a game. It's like a play of yes or no's, but you don't speak it. You put your hand on her waist, and then does she put a hand on your neck, or does she sort of pull away a bit? Is she, and that's all really exciting, and there's a non-linguistic conversation going on. And when it's like, no, this, okay, and then you sort of stop for a bit, and then she comes back, and that's what, all this. I couldn't believe it a few years ago when there was actually people on the telly, and I'd just say telly habit on the internet, saying things like, no, I think it's quite reasonable that if you've met a lady, you discuss beforehand what's appropriate and what you're willing to do. Really? Fuck me, man. By the time, that, you don't want sex after you've written a list. Okay, love. Right. So it was really good fun flirting with you at the bar, and it was a really sexy walk home, and we've all been having a laugh. But can you just stop right there? Right. Kissing with tongues. I'm assuming we're good with that. Yeah. Yeah. Not for longer than 10 seconds in any one engagement. Okay. Hand up skirt while looking you in the eyes. Oh, hand up skirt, but no looking in the eyes. Okay. Fucking hell. Come on. It's just, that's not, you're not making love. You're not having sex. That's a shopping list. That's what you do when you need to buy stuff it's just ridiculous. Car up north has dropped 25. I used to be King Carl. Now I'm just up north. King Edward was my times 19th great grandfather. What? You're actually aristocratic? Aristotic? Are you Aristotle? Friends? There are no friends. Are you actually related to Aristotle? Are you actually from aristocratic stock? That is incredibly exciting to know. We have got actual royalty on the firm, people. Is that true? Well, it's a weird lie. If it's not, I'm going to tell everyone that I'm related to King Edward for the lols. Nice one. I'm going to go back to calling you King Carl. Nice one for the donatiato, King Carl. That's a very generous move. And while we're on the subject of generous maneuvers, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go there. He knows what's coming. Old Gregorian chanter himself knows what's about to happen. Hang on a minute. Who set my selection tool to square? I'm no square. Thank you, King Carl. Thank you very much, King Carl. Yeah, do you know what I mean, Willow? When I put it in, fuck off. I had so much sex at art school, it was untrue. And I wasn't very nice, shall we say. And that's why I had loads of sex. Because the women like that. They want a man. They want a man. They want to be fucked. As much as you want to fuck, they want to be fucked. It's weird, isn't it? What? Women like sex. That is equality. That is equality. Good Lord. Okay, I'm just going to put my head into the pillow now. While you remain in the missionary position, I'm going to poke you 5 times, okay? Okay, what can I do now? Fucking hell, man. It'd seal up. That wound would seal up and never open again. It's absolute bullshit. Right, where are we now? We are here. Yeah, but you can't say that. You have to word it a little bit carefuler than they love it. I mean, look, we've got plenty of women here. There's plenty of women in the chat. You know, if you feel like mentioning something regarding how you enjoy a little bit of rumpy pumpy, you know? Oh God, no, Cheryl Peters, you want that man to find out what you like, and he'll know what you like because you'll tell him by going and if he's doing something you don't like, he'll know because you'll go it's madness. It's madness. Right, here we go. A little bit of this. My entropy donators also get Screen Glory. Grego. It's Grego. He says, it's my 47th birthday. Any tips for my imminent midlife crisis, Danger? Well, I have actually. What's your relationship situation? Have you got a wife and a family? Oh, Lumi's getting a bit. Is it getting a little bit embarrassed? You'll be all right, son. Hang on, it's your birthday today. Oh, absolutely. Good call, Red Pill. 47 in the chat for Grego. Nice one on giving me a birthday present. Don't really know how to do that. Grego, what's your... I just put dollar and in the chat for some reason. I think I must have pressed shift. There you go. Grego, let me know what your actual situation is before I can suggest something to you. Rig says, if you're not taking her panties off with your teeth, you're doing it wrong. Women want an alpha. You don't take them off with your teeth. Rip them off with your teeth. And then eat them. Fucking hell. Sorry, love. I've got a lacy furball. Come on, Grego. Give me the SP and then I'll suggest something to you. Where is he? Fiance and son wedding bash for COVID. Okay, on my own flat, like my job. Okay, nah, I can't tell you that one then. Yeah, it's tricky. That is, oh, look at Emma and 42. Look, oh my God, they're having a right. Oh my dear, I'm getting crazy in there. Grego, my 40s were my best decade. I have had the time of my life in my 40s. Yeah, life's good. Just accept. Yeah, I'll give you the best gift I can give you: acceptance and gratitude. There you go. You got your own flat. You're going to get married. You got a kid. Lovely. Acceptance and gratitude. Practice them. Well, they're not when you're eating a pair of lace knickers. Right. Okay. Now, let's have a quick look at this one then. Because it would appear, I think it was Willow that told us. William Shatner is going to space on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket. I don't know why this ain't playing, but let's try it. See what these two, see how patronising NBC can be. Volume, hang on. Sorry, people. I didn't know there was going to be a video on it. Let's see NBC talking to children, shall we? Someone give me a sound check.
4-day work week. The company, which simplifies online checkouts for purchases, is giving its employees that extra day off. Joining us now is Ryan Breslow. He's the CEO of Bolt. Ryan, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Get off my screen. I don't like you. I don't like you or people like you.
This is
Go. Be gone. Well, we have certainly confirmed. Shush. Shatner is going to space. Right, we're going to lighten things up a little bit now in the darkest way possible. Thank you, Anglo. We are going to watch some of the Labour conference, and this is these are highlights at the Lotus Eaters. I mean, come on, Sargon's all right. These people, right? Listen, I've already watched a load of this. We have actually lost 20 subs. I think I might have gone a little bit too far. Not subs, viewers. These people actually want to run Britain, right? Remember that. Now, I've watched a lot of this, and I tell you what, it's like a who's got the most mental problems convention. It's like virtue mad. I'm mental, me. I've got this, I've got mental problems, I've got mad things going on. And if you don't accept my mad things, you're horrible. It's just bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Ted says, check out Shatner doing his version of Rocket Man. I have seen it. Remind me in a minute, Ted, and I'll put it up. But I've got to play this first. But nice one on the donation, and we will have Shatner singing. I think he was on Top of the Pops, wasn't he? Oh, the viewers are crawling back up again. Yeah, I agree with you, Rags. Yeah, Labour aren't required because we've got a left-wing party in government. Nice one for the donation, Ted. Yes, Dennis. Yes, they've actually managed to get even more ridiculous. This is mind-blowing. And Rags has nailed it, though. That is the absolute truth. We've got a left-wing, we've got a progressive left-wing government. That's why this lot are doubling down. They think that's the only way they can go. They think, oh, we've got to be more mental. We've got to be more mental than the lunatics that are in power at the moment. And they really have doubled down. This is, if you haven't seen any of this, this isn't a joke. This is real. This is the Labour Party conference. Now, this is a 20-minute video, but I will play about 3 minutes just so you can get an idea of how absolutely insane these people are. It's mind-blowing. Check it out. And remember, these people want to make decisions about your life. Remember that. They want to make, not only do they want to make decisions about your life, they want to make decisions about your money. Not only what goes out in the form of taxes, but what comes in the form of wages and salaries. They also want to get bigger. Left-wing governments just expand and expand, and they don't. That's what they do. They want complete and utter control, right? Now, bear that in mind when you see the kind of people we're dealing with. This is shocking. Check it out. Audio check would be handy. Ready?
Flash photography is really dangerous for people who are neurodiverse, for people with epilepsy, for people with migraine, and yet it continues throughout this conference every year.
Are you off your head? Yeah, you heard right. You heard right. She opened up her speech, all holier than thou. Flash photography is bad for people who are neurodiverse. We're all neurodiverse. No one's got just the one neuron. If you're that affected by flash photography, you need to stay indoors because a glint from a windscreen is going to set you off. Absolutely mad. We're going to have that again, by the way, because It's not only what she says, it's the manner, that absolute arrogant, poncy, virtue signaling manner. Hello, Shell Bobs. Lovely to see you. Also, on top of all this, don't forget what we've talked about before. That triangle of virtue signalers. The psychology today, which is a platform that I trust. That they don't have the one idea. They argue and debate. That triangle, right? That what is it? Psychopathy, narcissism, and Machiavellianism, which you could also call being manipulative. If you've got those three, and the psychologists say that's the character type that is most likely to virtue signal, right? Now, the problem with that is if you're narcissistic and psychopathic and manipulative, there's real problems if you're going to get hold of any power. There's real problems. And so if you understand that triangle are the most likely people in our society to be virtue signalers, this is them people. They're psychopaths, they're narcissists, and they're manipulators. Bear that in mind when you watch it. We'll have her again just because she's so fucking ridiculous. That's it, Tech Roach. That is what they actually called it. All you want us, none of them made an effort. I'll tell you what, if I had a political party, you'd have to turn up in a suit and tie. Absolutely you would. And the women would have to wear suits as well. Not men's suits, but present yourself as best you can. Not like some 70s social services worker who takes your kids off you because you crashed your car 17 years ago. It's ridiculous. Check them out. But just look at a holier-than-thou approach.
Flash photography is really dangerous for people who are neurodiverse, for people with epilepsy, for people with migraine, and yet it continues throughout this conference every year.
Mountain local authority, after the death of George Floyd, assembled a Black Lives Matter forum. Governors, teachers, heads, etc. They created an excellent strategy to combat racial inequality in education, reflecting a vital need of our diverse community.
Have you noticed he's got a complete inability to read his own script in a way where you can actually understand what he's saying? I don't really know what he's talking about because he hasn't, there's no rhythm to what he's saying. Well, we'll have it again. I just want you to check that bit out. Hang on. It's almost impossible to understand what he's saying.
Governors, teachers, heads, etc. They created an excellent strategy to combat racial inequality in education, reflecting a vital need of our diverse community.
What?
The conference, there's a catch.
To what?
3 out of 7 of our secondary schools are run by the Tory donating carpet salesman, Lord Harris. They are not involved in this initiative.
I don't want to be.
Inclusive education that tackles prejudice and...
Now, can we just, ladies in the chat who know about this sort of thing, has this woman got a blonde bob wig over a sort of brown normal bob? I mean, serious question. Is she wearing a blonde bob wig over her brown actual bob hair? Nice one, Anglo. You're very generous, mate. Labour and Conservative, 2 checks of the same arsehole. I've never heard that. 2 cheeks of the same arsehole. Nice one, son. Hoi. Is she wearing a wig over her same haircut? Where's Livy's comment? Also, yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? She must have gone to the hairdressers and said, what is that hairstyle? And yeah, Cheryl Peters actually thinks she is. I think she is. She's got a brown, same hair under different hair. Oh, hang on. There's another great comment. You lot are on fire. Hang on. Where's that one? Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah. Exactly that. I'm not going to read it because the old GF will light up the YouTube headquarters like a Christmas tree. Anyway, let's have more of this because it's insanity. It really is. It really is. Go on, love. Get one of those cheap wigs. We'll have a laugh at the weekend. And then you put a cigarette on it and she's got a haircut of fire. Ralph, it's a man. Yeah, but it is a man, Ralph. If it is a man, it is a man. Anyway, let's crack on. Right, here we go.
Discrimination and enables everyone to learn. This is inadequate as a principle for addressing structural racism, particularly following the impact of the Black Lives Matter movement and the ongoing pandemic. The impact and legacy of colonisation and empire affects our thinking and our daily lives. It underpins racial inequalities in all government policies, including on climate change. Scotland's teachers are being supported in teaching decolonisation. The whole of the UK.
I swear to you, these people have just done a William Burroughs on The Guardian. They've just got a few Guardians, they've chopped them up, stuck them all back together, and they're just plummeted. You lot are on absolute fire. You are absolute fire. I mean, yes. Where is that on? Yeah. It's just buzzwords with things in between them that nearly join them up in a coherent sequence. But not quite. Here we go.
Okay, should be doing the same.
Last year, I was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 35.
So what, eh? What is this? A Labour Party conference or what? I mean, here's your local MP, people. Here's the funny thing. Oh, Chrissy. Here's the funny thing, right? The left, because they've abandoned the white working classes, which undoubtedly they have, everyone knows that. They want the immigrant vote, much like the Democrats importing Haitians and Ecuadorians and Chileans and Bolivians and Venezuelans. This is the idea. Import loads of people who will vote for you. Can you see many Muslims voting for this one here? At age 30, I was diagnosed with ADHD. Do you remember politics, how it used to be? Do you remember these conferences when people stood up and shouted and gestured, and it was about the economy, and it was about social services, it was about things that mattered to people, it was about wages, it was about, even the left, it was about unions, at least something that had some passion that actually mattered. Have you noticed most of these people have been talking about themselves? You don't hear too much about anyone else unless they're allies, in which case they're void of self anyway. But anyway, we'll play this one back a bit because I wouldn't want her to miss her opening gambit. Oh, it's Lady Two Hair One Head.
Last year, I was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 35. The struggles I have faced all my life, both socially and academically, as well as with anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and alcohol addiction, all suddenly made sense. I support all...
There was none of it. Absolutely no responsibility. Absolutely no responsibility.
The reference callbacks, and they need to include neurodiversity representation for our children.
Thank you, Delegate. We need to stop the leeches from sucking the lifeblood out of our NHS. So because
mental age of 7.
Because we know blood pressure, cholesterol and smoking hits the worst off hardest, leading to cancers, heart failure, stroke. Because as
this one is particularly interesting because I've watched this woman talk. I've watched this a few times. I haven't got a fucking Danny LaRue what this one's talking about. It's nothing to do with her race. Steady on YouTube. I just don't know what she's talking about. See if you can help me. I'll give her a fair crack at the whip by taking it back a bit. Right, help us out, people.
Hardest, leading to cancers, heart failure, stroke.
Because as a black ethnic minority person, I am a woman with invisible disabilities. We as a black community are adversely affected daily and lose children because of systemic and structural racism and discrimination in the system.
What is that?
I don't need to mention the different cases which would have been...
Quite interesting. The bloke there just says, wind up now. She doesn't. She suffers from invisible disabilities, which is ironic because then she talks about structural racism, which no one on the left has yet defined. It's almost like an invisible disability in itself. I just thought that was quite interesting. It is a nice jacket. You're right, Ralph. It is a nice jacket for 1977.
Avoided, but again missed because of not just prejudice, but racial discrimination. Other people, as I said earlier, are not so lucky. 2 weeks ago, my friend Michelle Hemmings, one of the famous 5 in Birmingham, had COVID, but it was not identified in the hospital because...
Invisible disability.
I believe there was no knowledge of how it presents in black people.
The pandemic has made us see how fragile...
Is that real? Is that a thing? Does COVID present differently in different ethnic minorities? Is that a thing? Is she's actually saying her mate died because they had no understanding about COVID? There's different symptoms? It's a serious question. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I thought it was just the same symptoms. Maybe she's lying. I mean, I wouldn't like to say that, but anyway, let's see what this big brain's got to say next.
All of our health can be, and the implications of becoming seriously ill. We owe our lives to the NHS.
Comrades,
for mental health as
the old church of the NHS. The modern religion, the NHS orthodoxy. We owe our lives to the NHS. I'll tell you what, as an entrepreneur, the NHS is one of the worst run businesses in history. It's a money pit. It's an absolute failure. If that was privately run, it would have been closed up decades ago.
Owe our lives to the NHS.
Comrades,
So mental health has also affected black people more than any. And I am going to take indulgence in talking about that. 4 times more likely to die from COVID. Do you not think that...
Look, again, I'm asking you, is that real? Is that a biological thing or a cultural thing? A serious question. Is that because the way they behave differently socially? Or is it it seems like a bit of a reach to me. I mean, I'm no scientist. I'm actually asking, but continue.
That during this period of time when Black Lives Matter happened, that we were additionally impacted. I have a voice in my union as a black person.
Competite on LGBT plus flight. On Saturday, our party chair mentioned trans rights and conversion therapy. On Sunday, we had a 3.5-hour debate on anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, Black Lives Matter, and
here we go. All the other, this is the minority Olympics here, right? We've had Black Lives Matter, we've had this, we've had that. Why has no one talked about what my problem is? I've got problems too. Has anyone noticed, by the way? I just want Jimmy Savile. Have you remembered what this is? Because it's so easy to forget. This is a Labour Party convention. This is a political party in a 2-party system, by the way. Britain has the Tories and Labour. This is a political convention, their annual one. It's so easy to forget because it's like a 12-step meeting for lunatics. This is lunacy anonymous, as far as I can work out. It's just, I've got this, I've got that, they've got nothing. Look at this one. This one's well gutted that I don't know what gender it is, and I don't mean that in a nasty way. I just don't. I mean, I'm waiting for him to point it out.
The other sort of bigotry.
Let's have that again, because he stumbled over his own party's nonsense and the other sort of bigotry.
On Sunday, we had a 3.5-hour debate on anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, Black Lives Matter, any other sort of bigotry. Sunday evening, straight after that motion was debated, I was in the loo downstairs with a few of my colleagues from the Northwest when I was transphobically abused in this conference centre by one of our sisters in this conference hall now.
Shame.
The LGBT community is one of the few that comes under constant attack alongside our black and BAME colleagues.
Black and BAME. So black and minority ethnic. Black got mentioned twice. Cool.
We are under constant attack every single day.
Well, that's weird because I lived in Soho for fucking years and I knew loads of trans people. And you know, the people that they said, I mean, it's much like the white liberals who are the biggest threat to everyone. And all the trans people I knew and I drank tea with in the morning in the Polish Cafe and Bar Italia and Narcotics Anonymous, they said the people they get the most grief off, can you guess? Can you guess who all my trans friends, and there's plenty of them in Soho, obviously, are the trans people. The activist trans. You're not trans enough. Do you remember when we had what Tarquin came on here? Tarquin was listen to this. I haven't seen him for a while. Tarquin, what did he call himself? Something like Mysterious T. He had his cock chopped off when he was younger. And now he outright come on this channel and said he was pushed into it. He was brainwashed as a young man. He was told that all his problems came from the fact that he was actually a woman, and he went for it. And he said to me, he said on this channel, he said, now I'm just a 50-year-old man with no cock. What a story. Absolutely shocking. I hope he's all right. I haven't spoken to him in a long while. Absolutely shocking. Dennis has won. Dennis wins. Funniest comment. Yeah, do you remember Tarquin? Yeah, what a story that was. What was his name? He's a writer. He writes for like local rags and that. I can't remember his name. It was something like something T. Yeah, what a fucking awful story. You know, they just got on him when he was vulnerable and, you know, he was having trouble. And they were like, you know, much like they are doing to autistic kids and that in that school in Brighton, picking on the vulnerable ones. Well, you'll get loads of attention if you do this. Oh, all right, then, go on. Give me the puberty blockers. I don't mind. Yeah, the video's still up. I'll have to dig it out. I'll have to Skype him, actually. He was a good bloke. Anyway, carry on, you lot. I want to know about your Labour politics. Anyone heard anything about the economy yet? Anyone heard anything about something to do with your life?
In Liverpool, just...
Well, that is exactly what all the trans and gay people used to tell me in Soho. You know, they just wanted to be left alone. All this activism shit had been ruining them, ruining their lives.
Recently, this year's Pride in Liverpool, over 20 attacks were made during Pride Month on members of the LGBT.
Yeah, but there'd have been 20 attacks in Liverpool in a month anyway. You know, that's bullshit. That is not really a multivariant analysis, I'm afraid.
Plus community. and the police have still not been able to catch the perpetrators.
It's because they're too busy painting rainbows on their cars because you made them do it last year.
We are in a period of anti-bigotry, but we're still getting bigots. It's not on. LGBTQ plus.
Fucking hell, what about the economy? What are you going to do about taxes? I mean, what's the GDP looking like? This is absurd. Hello, keys to the kingdom.
Suffer unproportionately, not just through the pandemic, but beforehand to get adequate treatment
Keep
for
it simple.
Conditions. Well, and the hardest thing to crack.
And not a word about politics. It's just all
and
this
this
bullshit.
is what we need to stamp out.
Thank you, Delegate.
Oh, you told them. Go on, stand up. Go on. Look at that lot. Yeah. This one's a shocker.
A social scientist and a
look at Jamie Penquite Green.
pansexual woman, seconding COM13.
Didn't understand a word of it.
LGBT plus are trans and intersex comrades. And they're non-trans comrades. Intersex people, literally the living embodiment breaking from the binary. A beautiful element of our human species. Much like racism, sexism, ableism, our struggles are not disconnected. This violence is nothing but a tool of division used to advance class violence and accelerate capitalist gain. This is a working class.
That's an incredible. Hang on, how'd you get from that to that? That is amazing. Right, there's just one more. We could watch this. I'll put the link in, but there's just one more that. Oh, here it is. Right. There's a reason this bird has got her phone in her hand, and it becomes very apparent. Not this bird, but you'll see what I mean. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Wasn't it funny that exceptionally posh double-barreled woman giving it the work? You've lost the working classes. They've watched this conference much like we have here, laughing our heads off because this isn't anything about running the fucking country. Oh, absolutely. They're rubbing their hands together. They're like the old demoralization has reached a peak that they couldn't have even dreamt of. This is just absurd. Anyway, watch a woman with her phone.
Comrade. LGBT plus rights. Trans brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
LGBTQ plus trans sisters. LGBTQ plus rights.
Right.
I'm a cis bisexual woman.
Right.
And I want my trans sisters here and across the labour movement to know that they are welcome and they are beautiful. Our LGBTQ plus family. Trans brothers and sisters.
Right.
Trans women are women. Trans men are men.
All right. And what about my wages? People, it goes on like that for about another 30 minutes, and there's 3 more videos, and they're all the same. It's mind-blowing. Now, look, listen, hang on. I'm not an arsehole. If they're your issues, you fight for your issues. That's what people do in life. I get that. But this is the Labour Party conference. This is about government. And what are they really going to be pissing on their doorstep while their house burns down? Because this is just, rarely am I speechless, but how many people do you reckon they've got on the firm watching this conference? How many people sat at home thinking, you know what, I think these are my people. I think these are the people I want in Parliament running the show. Yeah, these are my people. Maybe a couple of art students. Well, it's funny that you say that because in relation to this lot, Diane Abbott is like some kind of political genius. You know, at least she pretends to talk about policing and, you know, and the economy and governmental issues. These fuckers want every one of their tendrils in every part of your life. They want to cup your balls while you walk down the street. Absolutely barking mad. I'll give you the link, but I warn you, don't watch it too much because it sends you scatty. Exactly, Will. Exactly. John wants to go. We all turn up. We turn up with wigs on. Yeah. There's the link in the chat should you actually want any more of that nightmare. 160 of you in the chat. Absolutely lovely. Right. We've got a couple more videos. Where are we? Hour and a half. Right. We can do some more. Right. This isn't an absolute bruiser, but it's definitely worth a watch. It's only short. It's 32 seconds. It's got a nice denouement, shall we say. The final cut is quite something. So when you think, hang on, this ain't much, just let it get to the end.
Yeah, he's not even just taking a wave. He's actually in the dugout taking pictures and
taking pictures with everybody.
Nice mask, Joe. Anyway, continue.
Everybody on the team. And as we all know, President Biden loves shaking hands, getting out, meeting with people, and, who knows?
Look at that posture. Look at that. Yeah, you ain't getting anywhere. You ain't moving. Fuck me.
Meeting with people, and, who knows? It's actually in the dugout.
I think he'd already got half a wig up his snout, to be honest with you. Good Lord, what a stinger that was. Right, this next one is kind of interesting. At first glance, it might not be, but I've got something to add to it. So this was this was given out today. This is the Nobel Prize, which is still got although they took it off the Dalai Lama after he said Europe should be for the Europeans and the immigrants should go home. They took it off old Yok San Suu Chop Suey glasses for actually turning out to be someone who looked after her country. She was the darling of the left until she finally got a bit of power and said, no, Myanmar is for the Burmese. And they stripped her of her Nobel Prize, I think. So this is interesting, but not for perhaps why you might first think. But you're all clever enough to understand why this is interesting. Check this out. It's only a minute.
The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences has today decided to award the 2021 Nobel Prize in Physics for groundbreaking contributions to our understanding of complex physical systems. One half of the prize is awarded jointly to Shukuro Manabe and Klaus Hasselmann for the physical modeling of Earth's climate, quantifying variability and reliably predicting global warming. The other half goes to Giorgio Parisi for the discovery of the interplay of disorder and fluctuations in physical systems from atomic to planetary scales.
Right, you don't need any more of it. Right, so I looked into these couple of fellas who won the Nobel Prize for Physics for their work on climate change. And to be honest with you, there doesn't seem to be anything particular. I only had a superficial glance. Perchance I could dig a bit deeper and find more out. But they didn't seem to be overtly political in their findings. It was more about modeling based on, previous information and trying to make predictions. However, the interesting thing is when you give climate scientists a Nobel Prize, Go and check out the write-ups of these prizes in all of the mainstream media. Because what do you think happens? The article's like, oh, the Nobel Peace Prize went to blah, 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 and blah, 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 who study modeling, blah, 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 blah. Climate change, blah, blah, blah. Fucking hell. And then, of course, the whole thing is just spun as another thing. And they're all talking about climate deniers. They're all talking about the 93% of scientists. And we all know how they fiddled that figure. It's just, it's just I can't help but think, I mean, call me suspicious. I can't help but think that is all been arranged in advance. We need to cause some distractions because, the southern border, Afghanistan, the gas prices, etc., the fucking 5 million pages, $3.5 trillion bill that the Democrats are trying to put through their version of Parliament this week. Yeah, keep your eye on that one because fuck me if that goes through. I mean, they probably warmed the planet up about 4 degrees just from printing that fucking application up. And of course, every single article I found after they've made a token gesture to talk about the work of these two blokes, they're suddenly on to climate denial. And what, in the same week when they're trying to put this $3.5 trillion thing, which is riddled with Green New Deals and all that lot. Yeah, what a surprise. What a surprise. This would have been arranged in some fucking governmental level members bar on a Friday night. Oh, you scratch my back, old boy, I'll scratch your wife's knickers. Absolutely shocking. Right, I've got one more video for you here. I have forwarded it to the important part. It's a little bit it's a clip from a PJW video originally, but this isn't from his video. I got it from someone else's. Now, check this out. We all know how based Poland is. They were talking on the television, not on the television, again, telly. They were on the wireless recently. They were talking the other day about that Australia is essentially communist now. That's what they were saying. That's how amazing Poland is. A country that knows all about those kinds of struggles. And so this geezer, Zem Kiririk, is just a conservative, Polish conservative, wasn't allowed into England because of his political views. Have a look at this. I'll let you read this here. All right. Now check it out.
Said he wasn't even trying to enter the country for any political reason. He was accompanying his daughter for the start of her academic year at Oxford University. During his 3-hour interrogation, Zimkowicz was searched, photographed, and had his fingerprints taken. Polish Deputy Foreign Minister Paweł Jablonski said it would be, quote, a reason for great concern if it was confirmed that Zimkowicz had been banned for his political views. The journalist is by no means the first person to be banned from Britain for holding controversial opinions. Dutch politician Geert Wilders was banned for anti-Islam rhetoric, although the ban was later overturned on appeal. Talk show host Michael Savage, who at one point had one of the biggest radio shows in all of America, was banned in 2019 for, quote, fostering hatred. The bar for that seems to be getting increasingly lower these days, doesn't it?
Absolutely absurd. But as he said, this Polish geezer wasn't even coming into the country on political matters. He was coming in because his daughter had got into some university or was leaving some university. No, you're not allowed in. You're a conservative, said the Conservative government of Great Britain. What the fuck is going on, man? There you go. We've got it again. There you go. Absolutely absurd. Well, my good friends, it is 1:30 a.m. here. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning working so that I could get the morning stream in. We're on a roll actually. You lot have been on absolute fire. I can only work with what I'm given, so I really appreciate that. I want to thank Rags, and hang on a minute, Rags, hang on. Sorry, don't go anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere yet. Let me just see how inappropriate whatever it is Rags has sent me. I probably won't be able to play it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, check it. Good call, Rags. There's me thinking it was going to be all naughtiness. Hang on a minute. This is what I was talking about earlier, people. Hang on. So depressing, but in a kind of a nice, nostalgic way. But honestly, wait till you see this. I want our American brothers and sisters to pay particular attention to this. This was on prime time Thursday nights in the UK. It ran for about 3 years. Ready? Check it. Sound check, please. Nuclear bomb opening. And while you may think that this was on British telly in 1944, this was 1980s. This was on in the 80s. I would watch this when I was about 14. There you go, Kenneth Graham. Good call. Was the same name. Yeah, I can't cope with any more of that. It's killing me. And also, our American and Antipodean friends, don't forget, we only had 3 channels then. So it weren't like you could get on your old... We didn't even have remotes then. I think we might have had one with a wire, which isn't strictly a remote. Yeah, if you didn't want to watch that, and then it was BBC Two, it'd be some bloke going... When we put the potassium into the nitrous centamide, you'll notice it turns a strange opaque cyan. Now, if we do that again, but in slow motion, you'll notice. So yeah, you had to go back to Shine on Harvey Bloody Moon. It was quite the place. Sunny England. Listen, you lot have been brilliant. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thanks to Rags and Moslab who looked after the place. Thanks for everyone who joined in the chat. Thanks for all the most delightfuls and the lurkers. Tomorrow at 1700 hours, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, UK time, SUBSTACK. The whole show will be music that has been sent in to me, that has been performed, written, or whatever by a scrub. It's your music. It's your festival. Anglo-Saxon has dropped another Lady Godiva. Chris, you're on fire, Lady Sunbeam. Our man in the cam. Hoit to you, my favourite butcher. Muchos apreciano. Tomorrow's going to be a cracker. We'll also be screaming? Well, we might. I'll also be streaming tomorrow morning about 9:30, 10 o'clock UK time. So keep an eye out. If you're not subscribed, bash a subscription on. Give us a thumbs up. If you can't make the morning stream, you've got to try and get here for SUBSTACK. We done a stream before where we all done drawings of what we thought other scrubs looked like. One of the best streams we ever had. It was about 3 hours long. We also done one where we showed old photos of ourselves when we were teenagers. An absolute blast. So these things have historically been very, very entertaining. Thank you, Joe, you undead cookie monster. Muchos apreciano. Nice one, Jambo. You're all right. Late is better than never. Thank you, Jambo. And I'll see you all in the morning where we'll be preparing an Untres Excite Montello. Hang on, let me just quickly refresh entropy because I think there might be problems and I don't want to miss out if someone had dropped a couple of squids in there. Hang on. It would appear we are all right. Oh, Grim's dropped 50 knock in. Yeah, we're good. Nice one, Grim, for the 50 knock. People, it's been an absolute pleasure. See you tomorrow. Look after yourself and don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them, because we don't do it enough and they need to know. Hoit! Oh, you motherfucker. We nearly got to the end of the stream. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. There you go. Lovely. Ta-da, people. Nice one, Emma.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down.
Oh, Chrissy, have I missed? Right, I'm going to sort it out now. I'm going to sort it out right now.
Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on of taking all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse in the world of what you ground. Maybe
how's that, my love? We good? We quits? Thanks for making an undefined poopy day a little bit better. Oh, it's an emoji. Thanks for making a poopy day a little better. Thank you, Chrissy.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head.
Sorry, Chrissy.
Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed.
God, there's a lot of comments. I ain't going to get all these in.
Woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made. She says warriors don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the mess I'm in.
1700 hours UK time.
People get mad at
if any scousers try and sell you tickets.
Struggle to feel emotion I could really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
It was good to have the numbers back today.
Make my grave.
We had about 170 in at one point.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed.
I only get it on Mumford. Oh, lovely. See you later, MSM. See you later, MSM. See you later, MSM. See you later, MSM. Oh, Liam. Good Lord, where am I? I don't even know where I am now. Oh, shit. No. Yes, mate. Hello, Ian. See you later, LC 350. The real Lomax. No. You'll be alright, love. Oh, are you seeing things? There does appear to be a figure in that image, you're right. I'd ask him, but every time I talk to him, he goes, yeah, I got a girl coming round, yeah. It's like, yeah, I remember I was doing that in Patong 20 years ago, I get it. Yeah, we're nearly there, Going for a wank now. There you go, people. It's been an absolute pleasure. Tomorrow is going to be absolutely amazing. If you can't make it to the morning stream, you've got to get to the afternoon stream. Don't forget, try and share the links. Try and tell your friends. Get comments and likes on the shorts and all that I send you, because this is why we're getting the numbers back up, and it's all good fun. You know, when it's just fun. Go on, piss off down your own end, or you'll be banned from SUBSTACK.